Welcome to the Life of KG, your ultimate destination for all things motivation and business insights. Join me, Katie Godfrey, serial entrepreneur and the brains behind the KG brand. Along the way, we'll welcome inspiring guests and share invaluable business tips to fuel your growth journey. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. With that said, let's dive into the world of success together. I can't believe my book is finally out. It's called Get Off the Tools and it is available on Amazon. If you're in the hair, beauty or aesthetic space, no matter what level you are at, this is for you. It's 1 year's worth of coaching in a book. So go and grab yours now. Hey everyone, back with Double Trouble.
Yeah, we're back again. We need that song, don't we? You know the Eminem song?
What's that?
The Back Again song, yeah.
Maybe that'll be the new trailer intro.
Oh God,
when you're
too many rights, you'd have to pay for that, but it'd be good.
So we thought we'd have a fun episode today.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for this one.
On the future of beauty.
Yeah. So this chat we have, well, we don't have it all the time. I feel like I'm always talking about the future of like the AI and what's going to happen. And I always joke with the kids about like how robots are going to take over the world.
Yeah.
Do you ever have those conversations with Lola?
Yeah, but I've really got her into AI already.
Have you?
Yeah. I mean, does her homework. No judgment, please. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So should we talk about like what we use currently?
Yes.
And then what our premonitions are about how the beauty industry is going to go.
Yeah, because I actually think if people aren't tapping into this now, like you're just going to be left behind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know, it's quite scary how fast it's going and how fast technology and AI is moving.
Yeah.
And I had a session the other day on my Goldman Sachs program with an AI specialist and it was phenomenal. I thought I knew what I was doing, not even using 10% of what's available.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's scary, but you've just got to go with it, I think.
Well, it's not going to change. They're not going to just turn it off one day and go, nope, we've changed our minds. We're not going to do this.
No, I'm finding it exciting. Like, I think it's scary that technology can do such stuff, but I also find it very exciting as like a founder because I'm like,
yeah, but you've just got to roll with it. I mean, you look at like the industry, is it Industrial Revolution? Do you remember? Well, you wouldn't have remembered it, obviously.
I've heard of it though.
Yeah, so it's basically when it went from manpower to machinery. Yeah. So when factories brought machinery in and it just cut out like 50% of the workforce.
Wow.
And it was a massive change in moment in time. It is. But it was a massive moment in time where humans were not needed. It's the same thing, but with tech.
Wow. So have you seen, I think I've told you about this, the Megan Fox?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Me and the hamster are going to watch it this weekend, I think.
I don't do TV, but my gosh.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was like scary.
Scary, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, like you could pick a nanny that's a robot.
Yeah.
To look after your kids.
Can't wait to have someone clean my house for me. Something. It wouldn't be someone, but it looks like somebody. How mad is that?
Oh my God. It's the way that they can look like humans. I'm like, is that actually going to be a thing? That's scary.
So I found out the other day that they've actually got, there's a program or a documentary on babies being made in pods. And it's about the sperm and the egg combined. So it's like a proper human baby. But it is, so mums don't have to carry the baby. They literally use IVF and then they have pods that grow the baby and then the baby is born when it's ready and then it's just given to the parents.
Wow. But what effect, I wonder that, I mean, going completely off subject, but what effect do you think that would have on the baby?
That's
like,
where
there's
the juicy stuff
emotional connection to the mum.
Well, you say that, but you have surrogates and people have that connection.
Yeah,
it just takes a bit longer. Like
that's
Chloe Kay, you know, she done it, didn't she? Khloe Kardashian. And you can see that, you know, and Kim, she done it as well, didn't she? Where you have surrogates.
Yeah.
So it can happen. I think it'll be really sad, but also the world is becoming more efficient, right? What better way of being efficient than not even having to go on maternity leave?
It's great. And then an AI nanny,
take over.
Fabulous.
But also,
like, more kids, I'm up for it.
But then the thing is, the population is decreasing rapidly. And the biggest problem we're going to have in the future is we don't have enough people. So at the minute, everyone's like fighting about immigration and all that stuff. Well, it could be within the next 10 years that actually countries are paying people to move there, which they already are. You've got the different islands in Italy that have been doing it, or different places, haven't they, where the population rates are reducing so rapidly. You can be paid 25 grand to move to somewhere that hasn't got a high population.
Really?
Yes, you can.
Wow.
But there will be potentially in the next 5 to 10 years countries that are doing everything they can, like your guy from, what was that, Zanzibar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. People, it's true, that's what's happening.
Yeah,
there's not a population, there's not a high enough population. So people are trying to, every way possible, to get people to move there, build up businesses there, because the population's dying off. Well, if the population is dying off, what a great solution. Nano babies or whatever they're called. What are they? They're not nano babies. Yeah, something like that, isn't it? Don't know.
Pod babies.
Pod babies, yeah.
Wow.
But then also the health complications with geriatric mums. I mean, it's awful that you're a geriatric mum at like 37, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it's brutal.
But the health complications with some people, I mean, I wouldn't want it, but it may be the way, but also stops this whole population issue.
Well, and seeming as lots of women are now boss bitches, we ain't got time to be sick on pregnancy, so might as well get a pod baby if we still want to be a mum.
Okay, so what about business? What about, like, what are you doing at the minute in, like, what AI do you use? We all use ChatGPT, I think. Does everyone use it now?
I think most people do.
Yeah.
So I always use that, always have done for ages. And I'll use that for everything. Like, that's my literal best friend.
As long as you train it. If you just use it like ask it questions, it's just like a research model, right? But if you actually train it, like you have to pay for it for the good ones.
Yeah.
But I have the business sidekick version. Like it's not a business consultant. It's like a business partner type one that you can. I have a finance one. I have a marketing expert. I have an SEO expert.
What, meaning you've made out the different things?
Yeah.
Really?
So then the threads stay exactly the same. So it has all the previous thread, and then you just keep asking the same thing.
Oh, I do have that.
Yeah. But you can have, if you go into the chat options or whatever, you can explore different chats that are available.
I do think it's brilliant. I mean, even for example, the podcast, like it used to be such a long job to have to go in, do the show notes, like go through it all, think of, okay, what should the line be for the episode, all of that. And I'll just put in the transcript now and it'll do it all for me.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so good.
The only thing it's crap at is images. Can't do images. And even that new one, the new
I tried
AI images, it's rubbish, isn't it?
It was really rubbish.
And it can't do plans. It always says, I'll send you your PDF. And you're like, no, I'm never going to get that.
No, I need it to connect to Canva ASAP.
Canva needs to up their game, I think. And because you've got that Blaze that's come out now, which is all AI, and it's like...
Yeah, it's all over socials at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I tried it. I didn't love it. I don't think it's where it says it's at yet. But it will be there. But Google has really ramped it up. You have Google inboxes, don't you? So have you tried their Gemini yet?
No.
Note taker.
Is it good?
Mate. So now when you do a meeting on Google Meet, and then you can record it, in the top right, it can be, you've got the note taker.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. Within 10 minutes of finishing your meeting, you get like a PDF in your inbox with all of your cliff notes from your meeting, and then a to-do list, action list you can tick off.
Because you can have that on Zoom as well, can't you?
I think so, but I don't use Zoom. But because everything in my whole, I mean, I pay a fortune for Google. My bill's like 250 quid a month, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, because we have so many email addresses. But we all have the Google Drive, so everybody's drive is on there, and we share different drives. I use it for Google Meet. I use it for everything. But my drive is just like, because we have the franchises, so each franchisee has their own folder that I can access. They can drop stuff in there. We have all our contracts, digital contracts. I've got rid of Jotform now because I do it all in Google, when you sign contracts and stuff. So
that's so good.
Yeah, it's worth it. But it's even to get a shared drive, it costs a bomb. So
yeah. Wow, so it's taking notes for you?
Yes, and it also saves the meeting recording into the calendar invite now. So anybody that had that calendar invite can just access the whole meeting.
Yeah, see, I'm still new to Google.
Yeah.
I use it, but I think it was actually you that maybe got me on it. But I was like, now I can't live without it, and I'm doing all of my application forms and stuff on there. But I found it quite confusing at first.
Can be.
It's quite bulky.
What's that?
Just using all the different areas of Google.
Oh God, yeah. And also, like, I don't like I'm an Excel girl through and through, and I don't like their Google Sheets.
No.
Than whatever the money one is, or the numbers one, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But you can still upload an Excel document in Google Drive and just use it. But you can then access it remotely. You can download it to your desktop and have it just as a folder in your computer and stuff. So it is great. I tried Fixer the other day. Have you heard of that?
No, I'm using Captions.
Oh, so Fixer is emails.
Okay.
So you add it to your inbox and it filters like a VA.
You told me this. I don't know if I feel safe doing that. I'm very precious over my emails.
Well, the responses were phenomenal. So it goes in and automatically creates a response to all of your emails that you would. So it uses all of
send yet. No. You have to.
So it uses all of your previous data.
Oh my God.
And your tone and how you respond to emails, and it creates a response, and then you just say yes or no or make some tweaks and send it off.
What was that called?
Fixer, Fyxer, I think it's called. There'll be more coming out, and Google's bringing their own out soon anyway. You can always guarantee if something's out, Google will have it out within a few months.
Yeah.
So
I'm just liking how it's highlighting everything at the moment anyway. You know, like before you have to like go in and see what it's about, it's highlighting it on the first few words on the iPhone, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is making things easier.
And you'll be able to search and filter now so much easier. Like, it's absolutely phenomenal. You could literally say, hey, Gemini, can you find my document that does this, this, and this? So the first job that's going to go, admin.
Oh, yeah, they're gone. Sorry.
I mean, it's really sad, but within the next few years, there'll be no admin roles.
No.
So, yeah, if you're in admin, please.
Admin, graphic design is going to go.
It's sad, isn't it? I love my graphic designer. And actually...
they're still there now, but it will be the next thing.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Obviously, copywriters.
I mean, that's, pretty gone now, isn't it?
It's like you still are going to need the humans, right? We're still going to have team to...
Well, personal services.
You know, personal services and use the AI and make it sound like you. But the problem is, like you said, it's getting to
better
know
and
us
better and better
so much. Sometimes I'm like, whoa.
Well, companies...
You said that better than I thought I said it in my head.
But companies are now unable to detect the AI. So universities, I found this out the other day, that universities have now had to build another AI software tool to detect if something has been written in AI because it's getting so clever. So, and I think people have this image of AI, don't they, which is like loads of robots in a factory, like writing all this stuff. I do anyway, maybe it's just my cartoon head. But I found out also that actually it's really bad for the planet because of the amount of water they're using. You can see water sources drained because of the air conditioning required for all of the machinery.
Really?
Yeah. However,
so it's not great for the planet.
OpenAI, no, it's really bad currently, but OpenAI they've just invested like £100 million into redoing their tech because the machinery is getting bigger and bigger and bigger to support all of the AI growth, that they're using so much water to keep it cool, that the next thing for them is the reinvestment of better equipment. It's phenomenal.
Well, I downloaded an app called Captions.
Oh, yeah.
Had to pay a lot of money for it.
Did you?
I was like, it's a little bit
Is that on your videos when you get all the sexy pink captions? Cool, isn't it?
Really cool, but it literally comes up really quickly and I have to do no editing on it. It's like perfect. But you can do your own AI twin.
I've seen that.
So
you can film yourself and then you can give it the script and then it does like as if it's you.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I haven't done actually I did do it and it was, you could tell it was AI. I was like,
yeah, but it won't be long.
But I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And then like, because it's done like a few of my videos and that now, there's other videos of AI people that look 100% human and they're like talking about my stuff, like advertisement.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so clever.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of our training programs won't need to be in person. There'll be like literally an AI robot, like it'll look like me or you, but we've just given it a script and off it goes. Just write it. You could use ChatGPT to write the bloody script.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is the authenticity, isn't it? That we all have to keep a check on. Like it's all good in using it, but it's the same as blogs. And then there's the risk of copyright infringement because you don't know. So what was that other one I told you about? There was another program which actually finds all of the sources. I'll think of it in a minute.
I've got it on my laptop still now.
Perplexity.
Yeah.
Perplexity, was it? And that is really good. It's so much more advanced than ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is designed for everyday use for everybody, where Perplexity is more business founders and more details. So
more stat driven.
Yeah, and it's more sources, but also your data is protected on there, so you can turn it off so it can't use the stuff you've put in to share with others. Because at the minute, whatever you put in chat, it will share with others as well. It will use that data elsewhere to give other answers.
Yeah, and we want to protect our systems.
Yeah, but Perplexity, you can actually stop it from sharing any of the data you input, which is really important. And we need to start thinking about that, because all of the blogs, all of the stuff that we're writing, all of our newsletters aren't so bad because it's just going to our own audience. They're not going to see.
But it is my massive pet hate at the moment when you're seeing stuff online, like I see it's written by chat. Yeah. I literally hate it.
And it's got a Z instead of an S.
Like, just stop with the American language. Yeah. Stop with your star emoji.
But you can actually change it and say, can you write it in English language, not an American? You know, you
don't. And it's still got the massive lines, like instead of comma, it's got the big
the dashes,
line. Yeah. And I'm like, you can just see, and I'm like, great, I'm really proud of you for using chat. Fabulous, but please edit it so it sounds like you.
Yeah. Yeah, and also if it's too formal, too corporate, and it's someone that is the opposite of corporate that's written something. And I always feel like when you're using it, I actually put sort of half of the content into it with my tone and say, can you write with this, this, and this? If you just ask it to write a blog on lash extensions, it will just find all of the stuff on the internet and write a blog for you. But if you say, I want these topics covered, I want this to say this, and I want it to feel like this, and this is the tone, it will always come up with something much more authentic.
So much better. Because even with like captions online, I will, like if I'm doing it, if say I put a video up and need to then write a caption, I will just bash out whatever's in my head of what I thought I would write in that caption. And be like, can you just write this better for me?
Yeah,
and then
I bet you say, can you just write this?
Can you just write this better for me? And it comes back, yeah, Kate.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, because I've wrote most of it, it knows my language, and I will say, I need it to still sound like me, but just polish it, and then it's perfect.
Do you know, a friend of mine is a psychologist, really like high-end educator, professor type psychologist, and he has trained AI as a personal therapist.
Should I tell you a secret?
Have you got the same?
I do use it for emotional support sometimes.
It's actually more ego, isn't it? You know, and sometimes, is this a good idea? And it's like, hey, Amy, I think this idea is banging. You're like, yes.
I'm onto it, great. No, but sometimes I'm like, we'll use it for certain things. Or if something's maybe affected me in business, I'll be like, why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
Especially because I've done human design in it, which is so annoying that I can't get you to do your human design. But I've figured out like what my human design is, and it's told me more about my personality. If anyone doesn't know about human design, then go and research it.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
I don't really know like the actual facts and figures, but basically it goes on your time you was born and the date you was born and different things, and you pull it into this website and it'll tell you what human design you are. And there's loads of different human designs. There's like a very common ones, there's very rare ones, and this and that. Anyway, so to come up what human design I was, and which is a projector, I think, top of my head. So AI then told me what that means and what motivates me, what doesn't motivate me, what type of job should I have, like just the style of how you work and take things. And I literally read it and I was like, oh my God, this is exactly me. It was scary. I done it for the kids. I done it for Luke. I done it for my mum. And everyone's personality was like exactly the same as what it was telling me. But then it also tells you of what maybe you struggle in or what you find as rejection and different things. So if I feel any type of way, I'll be like, why am I feeling this with my human design? And it will tell me why. And I'm like, oh, that's why. For example, some of my things is like all of mine was about coaching, like and what I should be doing. But it was things of rejection I find quite hard. I'm more of a leader, so I need to do more creative stuff. I'm not designed to work all the time. Yeah. It's more in bursts, which is why then I get burnt out.
You like power work.
Yeah. So there's loads.
Because you do that, don't you? Like project based. Yeah. So you love like a mission. I'm going to do a launch. I'm going to do this, and then you retreat.
Yeah.
And then you go hard again. Yeah, I get that.
This is just finding out the way how you should work better.
So we had a activity the other day. We had two actually. One was to do a deep dive onto your own website and say, these are my biggest competitors. This is my website. Please analyse all for SEO and language and give me an overview of the pros and cons of each and what you think I need to do to develop my own website. That is a phenomenal activity to do. It's fascinating.
Wow. And did it come back with loads of
it gave me a full action plan of what I need to do, where I need to improve my SEO and how I market myself. And it gave me an overview of what the tone of my website is and how it makes people feel. And then if that's what you want, that's brilliant, but you need to then enhance it with this, and this. That was really cool.
Was that on chat?
Yeah. And then this only works on the paid one, really.
Yeah.
And then the second one was, you've got to know me quite a lot now. Can you describe what you think I look like, how I behave, and how I present myself to the world?
Is this when I said about your bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said, I think you've got a really unique look. And it'll be like a haircut or a pair of sunglasses or a red lip or something that you have that really sets you apart from everybody. And I was like, oh my God.
It's producing the robot Amy.
It is. I'm well excited for her.
I can't wait to have robot teams.
Really?
Yeah. They ain't going to fall pregnant.
Like Megan
They're not going
Fox
to call in sick. Like,
yeah, but it's more the
I
client.
still need the team.
It's more the client that I'm like, okay, should we talk about our premonitions then? Because I can see you're like chomping at the bit. So I love thinking about what the future will look like.
Yeah.
And I was hashing this out with Kate the other day and I was like, what about this? And how's that? And how's that? And I was like, stop, we've got to talk about this, because there will be like machinery and equipment. And I do believe that personal services will be one of the last things to be replaced.
Agreed.
But only certain personal services.
Yeah.
It will be.
It will be.
We'll all just be on a beach doing nothing, like absolute beach
Will
whales.
we? We won't be able to afford
We'll probably
it.
be extinct. We're probably going to do something really stupid and wipe ourselves out. But we won't know because we'll all die together. So,
Say ho.
Let's just live it while we can. But there will be something that we're going to be so lazy and so like bone idle. There will be no purpose for us.
Yeah.
As human beings. What will be the purpose? We'll just be like lying around. Can you imagine? We'll all just get given an income.
But will it? Because someone's got to lead the robots. Like,
why would you have to lead the robots?
Of course.
Do you think there's like a Hitler? Come on, robots, follow me. Like,
yeah,
how does that
someone
work?
needs to lead the robots. You still need that human connection.
I don't know. Maybe. I think humans are going to need to do something.
Thinking, I can still be a boss, and just lead these robots. I'm just not going to have pregnant team members.
Okay, so let's put ourselves in client shoes. What are they going to want where they don't really need they don't really need one-on-one? Because otherwise communities will die off. Otherwise connection's going to die off. And the thing is, human race, we need connection. We need authentic connection. We thrive on it. We thrive in village experience. Like, that's why it takes a village to bring up kids.
Yeah.
There's no way that we're not going to be able to have that. And if we do, we will just, we'll all just go extinct, because there'll be like huge suicide rates or whatever, because it just won't work. However, they can still come to us for connection, but there'll be certain treatments that you won't need connection. Just go in, be really efficient.
I think it's the balance between people are going to need human connection. I mean, even just taking it back to people being online over COVID and not coping now, in person is so key. So that's still going to carry on, because everyone needs that in person. They need that personal touch, which is why we will be the last to go.
Yeah.
But people wanting quick and efficient, that's going to come from AI. If you haven't been on a business retreat, this is an absolute game changer for your business. I know so many people are so nervous about traveling on their own, being abroad, going on holiday, basically with a bunch of people that they don't know. But honestly, you will be so thankful that you made this move in your business. I host 2 business retreats twice a year, and they're all different places around the world. So go to kgbusinessmentor.com, press the retreat tab, and you'll see where we are going next in the world. Go and grab your space now.
Yeah. So go on, give us your first premonition, your first treatment that's going to go.
Our first treatment. I think skin is going to be one of them.
I don't think you can give a facial with a robot.
No, I don't think it's going to go. I don't think any of them are going to go. Do you think? I don't think oh God, really?
Yeah, I don't think lash extensions will be that easy to be done by a robot.
Well, it's already been done in America.
Oh, is it?
There's machines that are doing it, but it's like whether you feel safe enough to do that. At the moment, I wouldn't know.
You have machines that do laser, take off the top layer of your eyeballs, you know?
But, you know, laser machines, why is someone going to hand do that? Tanning, why is someone going to hand do that?
Well, you can get a tanning booth now. You don't need to hand tan, do you? You just put a tanning booth, like what's his face from Friends? Ross from Friends.
But it'll be like more perfect.
But laser, I really think laser will be the next one. I think there will be, we need to build this, don't we? But I think it'll be like a stand-up sunbed, and you literally just stand there and you get lasered.
From head to toe, yeah. Like, why is that not a thing already?
It will be. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
But when it comes to maybe not skin, but more massage, like the whole massage side of it.
Massage chairs. I mean,
because you've already got chairs, but it's going to be more than that. There's going to be something more than in depth that comes.
Potentially, and you just have pods that you can go in.
Yeah, and I think there'll be facial pods. Skin pods, quick turnaround, quick skincare.
I don't think waxing can be done that quickly. I don't think
that'll be one of the first ones. I think it will go.
Well, it will go because of laser.
Yeah, why would
so my laser machine, you're not going to need waxing, are you? Unless you can't have laser because of medication and health complaints. So there will still be an element, but that'll be one of the last things that can be replaced.
I mean, we're already seeing, obviously, the skin scanners and everything now, which are incredible. So that's only going to get more.
Yeah, but the actual hands-on, like doing a skin peel, doing all of that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to go. But I think it's more like, I think it will be more of a combination. Like, there's still going to be a therapist involved, but it's also going to be a lot more machinery involved as well.
There's going to be like doctors will be replaced. Because there'll be some sort of body scanner. You'll just be able to stand in it and it'll tell you what's wrong with your body.
I think retail areas are going to change. I reckon there could be like a mirror that you stand in and it'll tell you exactly like the prescribed products that you need.
That will be sexy. I went into Glossier the other day. Have you ever been in there? In Covent Garden. What a cool shop.
Have they got AI in there now?
No, not yet, but they will be. So they've got all of their stands, but it's such a massive building. They haven't got a massive range. They just repeat it over and over. But you go in, you can try everything. And then there's just a few people standing around with iPads offering to help. And you fill out what you need. And then you buy it with the lady with the iPad. And then the order comes through on a conveyor belt. And I was talking to the lady on the conveyor belt. And it just comes up from the basement, this conveyor with your bag with your name on it.
It's crazy.
Well, cool. And I said, "Are they robots downstairs? Or are they people?" She went, "No, they're humans." I went, "Not for long." And she went, "That's my job." And I went, "Better find something else in." Because they'll, like Ocado, they don't have people on the factory lines. They build the machine. It's picking and packing. Like Amazon do it.
Yeah.
It will just be like. So doctors, scanners, but nurses. I don't think nurses will be able to go that easily because it's the nurses that give the care. The doctors come around with a diagnosis. Can you imagine stand in your scanner? We're going to tell you what's wrong with your body. You have cancer here. You have high blood pressure. You have this. This is your prescription. Done.
Yeah.
Be really efficient. What else? In the beauty world. So lashes. I don't think hair's going to be that easy.
I was just thinking hair. Like, that's going to be hard.
Because it's so personal. I can't
The thing is, it's all so personal, isn't it? All of it's personal.
Yeah.
But how are you going to lift up? That's going to be when the actual robot's going to come.
Yeah, that'll be, Yeah, it will be. But I think that will be one of the last things. I think hairdressers are safe for the time being.
I think you're safe. Maybe we should all start qualifying.
And barbers as well. I think that's going to be safe. I feel like nails are safe. I know you can get machines where you can get them painted, but they're really shit. But also cuticle work. Like the overlays, I'm just not sure the machinery can hold the different gels because the printers that you can get are just standard polish, they're not gels.
I do think we are the safest industry.
Yeah, I
definitely. And all the things that we're saying, like, don't panic, everyone. It's literally going to be like years and years, most probably.
The thing is, all those people that think it's really low paid and like we shouldn't be in it, I think it's really safe.
Yeah.
I think it's a really safe place to stay for the time being.
Maybe everyone will finally raise their prices because actually...
Well, I mean, we jest about it a little bit, but actually because everything will be so efficient, I do think there will be a premium of having a personal connection in the future.
Yeah, there's going to be a resistance as well, right? There's going to be some people that want, that quick service and just don't really care about the personal connection and just want their treatment done.
I think it'll be really low when the entire world will lack connection.
And there's going to be a massive part of the population that are like, no, I just still want a human.
I want a person. I want to talk about my day. I want to talk, because they're going to be sat in front of computer screens.
Yeah.
Or not even that. Like, it depends on the roles that they're doing.
Yeah. I think it will just be a lot of mixing it and combos. I think you're right with the laser. Anything that's machine based now, that's just going to grow massively quickly.
Yeah. And you need to get on board with it as well.
Yeah.
Like, you need the money to invest in that kind of machinery. Like, I want to be the first brand that has that laser machine. I want to be the one that trials it. I want to be the one that's like, yes.
Fuck it, I want to be the one that makes it.
Yeah. Me too. Come to a group, can't we get them involved? Exactly. They should speak to their manufacturers and see what they're up to with that. But there's, there will be machinery we're going to be seeing coming out in the next few years. It's not going to take long. No, I reckon we're going to have doctor machines like in the next 5 years. I really do. I think it's moving at such a rapid pace. Can you imagine it was only, 18 months ago that we found out about ChatGPT? Now look at it.
Yeah.
How scared everybody was. But instead of being fearful, like, what can we do with it? But we do have to be careful of the content that we're putting online, because it is all becoming a bit boring now, isn't it?
It's just very boring. It's like, oh, you'd literally talk like the last person I just saw. Like, it's...
And now it's so easy to improve your SEO. If everybody's doing that, then SEO won't be a thing.
I don't think it's about, like, being the same as everyone else. Like, I don't think anyone's going to get far just trying to be the same.
No.
You still have to be authentic, and people are always going to still buy from people and people they like. So if you just sound the same as everyone else, it's going to be so obvious. But it's about doing what you currently do already and just making it easier for you. It's not about changing you. It's about making it easier for you to do whatever workload you were doing. Do you think?
Yeah. So what about the coaching space?
So
you must have thought about this.
Yeah, like, I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, you can get help, like, online, but you can get help online anyway.
Yeah.
How did I learn everything in the beginning? YouTube. It's always been there. It's just how we
but it's
absorb
just so
it
accessible now, isn't
it?
And
it's more accessible.
I've got a financial advisor as an AI that tells me what I need to do. I was looking for investment, and I was like, can you give me all the options available to me if I'm looking for investment? What do I need? What are people looking at? And it gave me a full brief.
Yeah. But then, like, you say, this week I've done 2 emergency calls with clients with stuff that happened within their business, and they needed help now from someone that's personal connection. Some advice, someone that's been there. Yeah, okay, you could type that stuff into AI, but
I get
that connection ain't there.
It's not. But going forward, like, I think there could be something when it comes to coaching space, and I think
there could be something clever that can be, like, done.
That's what you develop.
But I don't think it will, like, blow out coaching.
No.
You can't host a retreat with AI robots.
No, you can't. But then that's the retreats, is the connection
piece. You can't do
piece.
Events.
But the retreats is, like, providing that space and that environment where human beings can connect, I think is going to be the most valuable thing that any business can do.
Yeah.
That's my premonition. Focus on connection, focus on communities, focus on human beings being human beings, because we're all feeling we're missing that. We're missing that. If you look at different generations, how my nan brought up her children compared to us. Like, no one's sharing childcare. The world isn't designed for 2 working parents, but the world isn't designed for 1.
Yeah.
Because we can't afford to live with 1.
Yeah.
But we need that. So we need that connection so much. And that's where your spaces will be so invaluable.
Which I feel that I'm more ahead of the game with that anyway when it comes to the connection.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's one of your values anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's what's important. Mine's not just about learning.
Yeah. But that's where the whole package comes in, isn't it? When you're creating really great spaces and
you're also
really
not
great relationships.
Like, the accountability. Where's the accountability coming?
Yeah, chat's not going to... Well, I might message you in the future saying, so have you done that job that we talked about?
You might be able to set your alarm every couple of days about the next task, but you can do that now. But the accountability is what people need in coaching, not necessarily the learning. We can't... it's like some people will be like, okay, or for example, us, you're learning loads actually with obviously the program you're on. But when we do go on coaches programs, or we go to an event, or we join a new mastermind, when you get to a certain level, sometimes it's not always about learning the next new thing. It's about the accountability that you get with that.
Yeah, and it's the people you're around.
It's the people, and it's accountability. It's the reminders. It's the hearing things at the right point where it's value to you at that time in your life, where you're like, do you know what? Yeah, I actually heard that a year ago, but I'm ready to implement that now.
Yeah. And you have to like be a small fish in a big pond.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt going on to the Goldman Sachs program. I was like, oh my God, you know that imposter syndrome? Who the hell do I think I am? I was a very small fish. And you have to be having a 250k turnover to even be considered.
Yeah.
And these people are like 5-6 million pound turnovers minimum. There's 75 business owners on there that program. And we're all dealing with the same shit, just at different levels. And everyone just wants to help because everyone understands that hustle culture, you know?
Yeah.
But you have to put yourself in those scenarios. You have to be the small fish. You have to be the small fish in a big pond. And I think that's where the coaching space will come, where everyone can still learn and grow and develop together and be accountable, but also have that true, authentic connection. And I think our clients are going to be craving that more and more and more. So we need to create those environments that provide that space for them.
Yeah. So it'll ride out the coaches that don't have that, or the coaches that are just in it for a quick buck.
There, you said it. The people that don't give a shit, right? But it's the same with salons, Kate.
Yeah.
If you don't give a shit about your clients, if you've lost that passion, get out. Because it'll clear it out anyway, because those clients will be able to pick and choose.
Yeah.
But we will be able to raise our prices by putting that in place, I think.
I think so.
What other premonitions have you got?
Come on. My notes out. Have you got any others?
I think there's going to be a lot more jobs at risk. And I think if you are in a role, I mean, we've just talked about beauty, but I think whatever role you have, you think about, can it be done with technology? Then maybe start considering that. It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But
it does. And there is, at the end of the day, there is going to be less jobs for everyone. So it's about I think it's just progressing with whatever comes and with the times. But I think you have quality staff. But it's going to come down to the top quality staff. And those are more highly skilled, are the ones that are going to keep their jobs.
Yeah, I totally agree. But also, I know that we've seen this huge shift of people being solo therapists. I think it's going to shift back into salons again.
It will. And like we said, time and time again, it's going to be the strongest ones that stand still.
Because people are not going to want just one-on-one. I don't think they're going to want like community. They're going to want to feel surrounded by others, potentially. I just can't see that someone's going to, that someone's going to want to just go for a one-on-one service all the time. There will be, but I think like buzzing salons that bring joy and laughter and all those good feelings are what people are going to be craving.
Yeah, they will. They will.
You might be totally wrong.
So, on my notes here, that I was sat in bed last night and done, AI-led equipment, which obviously we've already said
laser.
about.
Tanning's already there.
Completely great. And that's what I mean about skin, because you still need that touch. You're still going to need that therapist, but there'll be more
diagnostic,
very clever equipment.
I love the idea about your prescription like products.
Yeah.
And imagine Sephora.
Like that will sell the retail.
But you think of these retailers, like I think of Sephora because they're one of the best, aren't they? They do it so brilliant. Space NK could do it. But you literally go in, have a skin scanner, and you put in like a questionnaire, what products you use currently, what's your what do you love, what don't you love, what's your budget, and it'll just go, you need this, and then it'll just come along on a conveyor belt. There you go. Clever. That would happen. Clever. Absolutely. So if you work in a shop, that'll be out.
Yeah, definitely. I think that hair washing stations, you're not going to need Saturday girls.
Oh, I love that one. No, you're not.
We don't need someone to wash your hair. There will be something that comes out
and
that
there'll be automatic checkouts and check-in. A lot of salons doing that now.
Reception may go. because the staff that you do have will have more time to do other things because the other part of the robots will be taken over.
I'd love to have AI cleaners and help in the salons.
Yeah, like it'd be great.
But then if they do have robots like Meghan Markle, not Meghan Markle, Megan Fox, even, if you do have robots like her, then maybe they can be trained to do nails.
That is what I reckon will come. That's when we'll get wiped out because the robots are just going to do it all.
And then they'll feel like you're talking to a human.
The thing is, right, so sorry.
Are people going to be having sex with these as well? They are, aren't they?
Like,
it's really weird.
I'm a little bit worried about like a Megan Fox coming into my home. Like, Luke's definitely cheating on me with a robot.
You don't have to worry about the nanny anymore. You have to worry about your robot.
And I'm not being funny. What happened to like years ago when we're watching things like Iron Man and robots, and this shit's actually happening?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a joke anymore. We used to think it was sci-fi. It's not.
No, but a lot of sci-fi films have come true anyway, aren't they?
Oh, God.
I still won't get a Tesla. Like, what's that film when the white Teslas all crash in, they get taken over? That one with the big ship coming.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. You told me about it.
Oh, it's like anything that can be self-driven without your control or without your say scares the shit out of me.
Mate, in Dubai, they brought out flying taxis. I've seen them.
Doesn't surprise me, yeah.
Like,
and also, what a great way
like,
to help congestion. So, yeah, can you remember that kids program we used to watch? And they used to fly?
Yeah.
What was that called?
Wasn't it
that was
something called?
Huh?
I can't remember.
Something. It was like a family, wasn't it? And they'd get into their little like flying cars. They'd go to their little.
Yeah,
but that's all premonitions about the future. Like, it's happening.
It's crazy.
I wonder what shit we're saying is going to actually come true. Lasers.
I heard it here first.
Yeah, you did. This is what we're setting in stone.
So when if you innovative people that have the funds to create all of this stuff,
yeah,
ideas come from here.
Yeah, if you want to know anything like how things work, we're up for it. So we've got hair washing stations.
Yes, definitely.
Well, you think Japanese hair spas are similar?
Yeah,
but you're going to need something that massages the head and washes it.
That's simple. That's easy.
Yeah, and actually, like a chair massage, it doesn't really matter, does it? If it's on your head, it'll feel lovely.
And it could have a machine at the back where you can like pick what mask you'd like, and then it like turns around, grabs it, puts it on you.
I love the actions.
I can just see it now, like massaging it in, then it will like grab your head, pull it back.
Well, that's also Indian head massage out.
Like, yeah.
But massage is going to be gone.
Trained. Like, I don't need the human touch in a massage.
Oh, I don't know.
Not if it's a really good robot.
And spas won't need much anything. It's like, you think of spas and how that will work. Like, I'm thinking back when I was at Centre Parks, you had like spa assistants and hosts. If you've got like something cleaning on a regular basis, and then you've got like automatic check-in and out, that wipes out 2 parts of the entire company, like reception and spa assistant.
Yeah.
Oh God! So, do you have anything else in your
pants, guys? Not with AI, but I have got future things. I do think membership's going to take over on different aspects, whether that's in different businesses, because obviously Netflix, all of that stuff's already been happened.
It will be the model.
It's going to be the next new model. And I think male grooming is going to grow massively, and we need to make our salons more inclusive.
Yeah. I am fully gender neutral apart from intimate waxing. We don't have men's price. I haven't had it for about 3 years now.
Really?
Yeah, I refuse. Like, if you have a manicure, I don't care if you're male or female or non-binary.
No, we don't.
It doesn't matter. You pay the same bloody price. Same as an eyebrow wax. Why did we used to do men's eyebrow wax cheaper than women's? Like, it's actually harder to do men.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be like really big, the male grooming space.
The difficulty is intimate waxing. I have this debate, and I've been having this debate for years and years and years. Intimate waxing is finding therapists that will do men's intimate waxing.
Yeah, one of my salons on the mastermind, she specialises in male waxing. Yeah. She's so busy with it.
Yeah, she will be. And I want my salons to be completely gender neutral. However, I just can't get all of my therapists to do it. And then that would mean that I wouldn't be gender neutral, because I would have to put the genitals in the waxing description. And I've had this conversation with Sam Marshall, and she's done all the trans awareness training. And I had lots of conversations with her about it, but she came up with some brilliant ideas of how I can make it gender neutral, but I just still don't feel comfortable unless it's completely gender neutral. Like, you literally book an Ultimate Marie and it can be male, female, non-binary, it doesn't matter. We're just waxing genitals.
Yeah, it's just finding the team.
But with our laser equipment, it won't matter anyway. Just rock up and have your balls lasered. Who cares?
Yeah.
Don't matter, does it? No one sees anything. No personal touch. I don't care about personal touch with laser.
Oh God, no.
As long as it's gone, right?
And a lot of the time, I do like personal touch with different things, but there's a time and place. Sometimes I just want to get my shit done and get out. Like, I really want a small talk with you. Like, that's where quiet time come in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We don't always want to have a chat.
Yeah, true. What about like about semi-permanent makeup? I don't know if that'd be that easy to do.
That's going to be harder.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But then you would get the most perfect line, wouldn't you?
But I think more people should like invest in stuff like permanent makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had Polly on the show earlier. She's in Mastermind. She does permanent makeup and she teaches it and she's incredible.
For sure.
Getting my lips done by her.
I really want my eyebrows done. You know, when it's like they look like natural hairs.
Yeah,
it's
so
hard
good.
to find though. I've seen some real shoddy shit. But
yeah, there is some shit shows out there. You got to go for
go with the best
the
ones.
right people.
Can you imagine having like, you see it, don't you? Like tattoo removal for people that have literally just had like a block eyebrow painted on.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
But I do think it's about like forward thinking. Like this podcast isn't actually a joke. I know we're laughing, but this is the future.
Yeah.
Like, whether people like it or not, it's going to happen. But it's about then safe-proofing your business for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So if you are doing treatments or services and you need to extend that to more treatments that are going to be around longer, aka permanent makeup, then it's something that you should like maybe consider thinking about.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree.
So I just think it's always about forward thinking, and even like going back to out of industry, the online and subscription model. What you have blockbusters, they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to go online.
Can you
they didn't want to do the subscription
being the
model.
owner of Blockbusters, and they turned Netflix down twice. Netflix actually offered to merge with them, not buy them out, merge with them, and they refused and said, "Nah, we're not scared of you." How obnoxious is that?
It's just shocking. Like, if you don't keep up your closing, Toys R Us didn't want to go online. Were you going to close then? Like, you're not going to stay in business. You've got to keep up with the times.
But who's making these big decisions for these massive companies? Same as Woolworths, isn't it? But like, who's making these massive decisions? I find that crazy. How can you not be running a massive company like that and not see what the future is? But I do think there's been a lot of lessons about this tech age that people have learned from by listening to the likes of Stephen Bartlett talking about like Blockbuster and stuff, and Netflix talking about that. But I think there's a lot of lessons to learn from that.
Yeah.
So what's the moral of the story here, KG? Stay ahead. And also, if you're working for yourself and you're a solo therapist and you want to do it for the next 10 years, like, don't panic, just carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, like, no one panic, honestly. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's just forward think, I think, and just to be prepared. And I do think this is what's happening when it comes to, like, the minimum wage and everything going up. They're wanting everyone to be on the same pay bracket.
Of course they are. Yes. We say they, the government. This isn't a, what's it called? Conspiracy theory. This is true. The government want people to be employed because when people are employed, they're paying into the NHS because of national insurance. So the national insurance we pay on top of the salaries, plus the national insurance that comes out of their salaries. They want everybody to be on the same pay bracket. Yeah. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, definitely. So it's just...
because then they can understand what income there is going back into the system. But also, there's a lot of people in the beauty industry that leave to go into admin roles. That's what I would check.
God, we have girls leave the salon because they're like, this is a little bit too much of a hobby and I really enjoy it. It doesn't feel like a career. Let's go and do admin. Okay.
Yeah. And also, I mean, that stat I read to you this morning, 2,500 salons have closed since January. 2,500. Because, another premonition, I'm going to put it out there. Oh, this might be a little bit controversial. I don't know. I think the people that are moving over to a self-employment model, which is happening everywhere because people are so scared about salaries, I think they're all going to be on their knees in 6 months' time.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And it's scary. When you see everybody going, yeah, but we're not paying national insurance, we don't want to pay the VAT, we don't want to pay this, we don't want to pay that. And there's this like online chat that's actually very toxic because they're feeding into this narrative. You pay VAT, you're giving more money to the government. I can't sustain a business if I'm paying VAT. You must see it. But there's so much noise about it. And they're like, I don't want to pay the government this. I just want to be landlords fundamentally and run my own column. I get it. I understand the stress of business is really, really, really bloody hard at the minute. But I think so many people are following like the herd mentality. People are following suit and then doing a self-employment model. They're not making their staff redundant, which is a massive lawsuit waiting to happen because something will come out of that. New legislation will come out. You have 2 years to go back on a legal claim, potentially, if they extend it. So you've got all of this. And then all of a sudden, all these staff that are like, wait a minute, you made me go self-employed. You gave me as an option, but you didn't make me redundant and pay my redundancy fee.
Oh, as soon as they know they could have money, that's what they're going to do.
And then also, it all might be lovely. You know, we're all going to move our staff to a self-employment model, and I get that. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of backlash about this, so I'm very sorry. But the problem is those staff then can do what the hell they want, and they can take all of their clients with them.
Yeah, well, you've lost control completely.
You have lost
complete control.
Might as well just wash your hands of it. So yeah, that all sounds great, but in 6 months' time, if everybody or not everybody, but if 50% of the salons go to a self-employment model, which is pretty much happening, then everyone's just going to be undercutting each other for space because everyone just wants to sell their space. So they'll just undercut each other. So those therapists or those stylists will just go, oh, well, instead of paying you £500, I can go there for £300 and take all my clients. See you later. 1 month's notice, out. See you later. They've gone to another location. It doesn't matter for them because they take it all with them. The people that are going to really struggle with that model are the owners, and I think they're just going to be on their knees soon. Yeah,
it will happen, and people are making fear decisions rather than long-term decisions at the moment.
And it's really hard, but if you know the numbers, I mean, this is totally different to what we started it as always, but if you know your numbers, even if your margin's tighter, we just need to ride it out. But we're all still paying off massive loans. We're still paying off loads of debt. You know, not for long, hopefully. I think most people will be coming out next year of debt. Like mine, I think my massive COVID loan finishes next year. Thank goodness. I'll be rolling in it when that's paid.
Yeah, we spread ours over 10 years. I don't know why I've done that.
I mean, ours was 5 years, but I'm paying £3,000 a month, £3,500 a month.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So cash flow is a killer, but we know that this year we just need to knuckle down and grow, but so everyone can earn some money, but keep an eye on those pennies. And yes, everyone's had a pay rise, and I've calculated that pay rise, but we've had a price increase that does cover the majority of it. I've made redundancies, which was hard but needed to be done. But all of those admin jobs are all the ones that are going to be made redundant. They will.
So I do think it's going to come down to keeping ahead of the times, building as much connection as possible with people, because that's what's going to stay, and community within your businesses.
But also with your team.
Yeah.
Like build that really tight employed team and grow together, but understanding what the pinch points are together. I think it's so hard I think it's going to be really hard to manage a self-employment model. But then there's people that are doing it and doing it brilliantly.
Oh, yeah, it can definitely be done. God, I know so many businesses that are doing amazingly at it.
Yeah.
But they're seeing it as a completely different way. It's not just I'm renting out a space and that's it. They are being proper landlords within that business.
Yeah, and if you're going to do it, it has to be done with really tight contracts for sure. But also there is some grey areas, but just be careful. There's so much risk associated with it, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
There is so much risk. But I do feel like a lot of those people that have been solo therapists will start wanting to come back into the beauty space, into the communities again. Especially because tech is so expensive and the solo therapist is not necessarily be able to afford the tech when salons or chains could, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Watch this space, eh?
Watch this space. Don't panic, guys. But let us know what you thought of this episode. If you loved it or hated it. Amy's idea. Blame her.
Totally was. I'm out.
Love that.
Thanks, Katie.
Cheers.